Hey everyone, how you doing today? I'm Kirsty, and on today's video I am in my dressing gown because it is cold and it seems right to be wearing a nice fluffy dressing gown in the middle of winter for the February TBR. I'm not doing any readathons or anything like that for February. I've just got like the ones that I'm doing throughout the year. I've then also got various other ones. So for those ones, I've got Globetrotterathon for February is a book set in the Caribbean, which I don't think I have, but I'm going to try to pick a book that is set in the Caribbean. Buzzwordathon for February is verbs, so trying to pick something that has a verb in it. And then for the Aurelium year-long challenge, in January I chose to start a series. And I'm just checking now, so in February I can choose either to go to the forest, which is trees on the cover, or go towards the lake, which is water on the cover. So as well as my other books, I've got to try and get those all in there. I also have 4 books here that I would like to try and get on my TBR. So we have Heart of the Sun Warrior by Sulin Tan that the Read Along Queens is doing. I did a video very recently looking at a past haul of books and then got you guys to vote on which one you thought I should read, and The Ninth Child by Sally Magnusson won out. I've got a buddy read that I'm doing with Shah from Thoroughly Enjoyed Books of Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. And then I'd really like to get The Ice Sea Pirates by Frida Nilsson in here because I think it's just a very fitting book for February, being a polar fantasy. So, without further ado, very quick overview of last month's. Of the 6 books that I had pulled for, we had Lemillion, which was to read a book that had sold over 1 million copies. I chose Guilty Pleasures by Laurel K. Hamilton. As of today, which is the 27th of January, haven't started it, probably won't get to it, so that I'm counting as a fail. We had Uraraka, which was to read a book set in space. I chose The Darkness Outside Us to finish that. I haven't done that, so that's another fail. Mount Lady was a hardback, and I chose Wistress, which I did read. Battle Against All for One, which was a major war or battle. Originally I chose Priory of the Orange Tree. Unfortunately I DNF'd it, so I chose a separate book, and I chose Saint's Blood by Sebastian de Castell, which I finished. I then had one of my star picks, and that was a book for a reading challenge, and I chose Hooked by A.C. Wise, which I finished. And then finally, for Best Genist, it was The Prettiest Cover, and it was Daughter of the Moon Goddess, which I am almost finished with and should have finished by the end of the week. So I have counted that as a complete. So of the 4, I got 4. So I get to move forward 4 spaces on the board. Unfortunately, it also then means that because of the 2 that I failed on, I have to take 2 steps back. So in total, I go forward 2 steps on the board. And none of them matched their kind of genre that's on the card, so I don't get any bonus moves, unfortunately. But it also does mean that I can choose, as I said in the previous video, for every 2 books that, is it 2 or 3? For every 2 or 3 books, I can't remember which one it is, that's great. I think it's 3 actually. But for every 3 books that I complete, I can choose to subtract that number of books from the next month. So because in January I completed 4, I get 1 book that I can remove, and I have chosen to do that. So I will only be rolling 5 times for this month because it's a shorter month. So without further ado, let's go to the board and you'll get my picks as we go. Okay, so this is where we were at last month, and as I said, I DNF'd Priory of the Orange Tree and swapped that out for a different book that I did complete. So I completed 4 and didn't complete 2, so that means then I get to go forward 2 steps on the board. So we're starting 2 steps forward. So let's go for roll number 1, and we have, oh my god, a 6, which means we have our first go to hell pick of 2023. Oh, jeez. First pick was, of course, a Go to Hell. I knew I couldn't avoid it, but I was just like, oh God. So our first Go to Hell pick of 2023 is, see if you guys can read it before me. Probably not. That's not going to focus. Is Fortuna Sworn by KG Suto. I think I've had this on multiple TBRs in the past. So yeah, Fortuna Sworn. Sworn to secrecy, would you say that that's a verb? Like to swear? Like you're swearing to secrecy, so it's sworn. That, I think I'm going to count that as my buzzword-a-thon. Don't shoot. Don't come at me. Roll number 2. Less of a roll, more of a thud. So let's do that again. Stop thudding. Roll. There we go. Ooh. Maximum outage. Very glad that I did not just get a second Bakugo. I think I would have cried. But we have a blank and we have... ooh, manga. Read a manga. Next up we had manga, which was to read a manga, and I've chosen A Man and His Cat Volume 2 by Umi Sakurai. I read Volume 1 a couple of years ago, absolutely loved it, so I'm going to get on. I've ordered Volume 2, so I'm going to do that and desperately try and finish some series this year. Roll number 3 is also a 3. That happened last month where a 4 was a 4. And we have a blank, which is this little crumpled one for some reason. And we have Eri, middle grade, or the main character is a child. Next up we had Eri, so read a middle grade or have a main character who was a child, and I'm doing both, so the Ice Sea Pirates, perfect. This also fits the Aurelian prompt for water on the cover because it has the sea on it. So yeah, I'm going to go for that one. Roll number 4. 7. And we have a blank. Hawks, a bird on the cover. This can also feature any part of a bird, like a feather, a wing, a beak, a talon, anything relating to birds. Then it was Hawks, bird on the cover, which is fantastic because Heart of the Sun Warrior has a phoenixy type creature on it. So boom, winning, sorted. I love this book cover so much. And then final roll for this month, like I said, I'm only doing 5 rolls, not 6, and we have another 7. And we have another blank. And that is a romance or a book featuring one of your one true pairings. And then the final book was to read a romance or a book featuring your one true pairing, and so obviously already picked it out as one that I wanted to get to this month. So Love on the Brain, Ali Hazelwood is going on this list. And then that means that extra books that I'm picking for like mood reads or that I have to, we've got The Night Child by Sally Magnuson that I've got to do. I've then got a couple of arcs that I really want to get to. I've got The Foxglove King by Hannah Witten that is coming out in March that I want to read. And I've also got I've got one called Out of Character by HarperCollins. Well, Harper360YA sent me a copy of it very kindly, so I want to get to that. And I'm probably not going to finish it, but I would at least like to start the ebook. I would like to start the audiobook of the final book in the Greatcoats trilogy, which is Tyrant's Throne by Sebastian de Castell. Anyway, I hope you're all good. I hope you're staying safe. Let me know in the comments what you have planned to read in February. If you don't want to put your whole list, just let me know what you're most excited to get to. And I will admit, I am most excited to get to Ali Hazelwood because I did love The Love Hypothesis. I know a lot of people don't like it, but as I've said in previous videos, I was a woman in STEM for my degree, and it's refreshing to see, and I'm all here. I am all for women in STEM being represented in a positive light in in books, so yay! Anyway, hope you're good, I hope you're staying safe, and I will see you on the next one.